Three, two, one. Let's go. Okay, we're back with another condensed Go game where we break down some games from the archives, replay through them again, look at the strategy, look at the key moves, and break it down. And hopefully have some fun while we do it, learn from our mistakes, and try and get a little bit better, and play some Go. So, let's go. I'm playing as white, 10Q up against black, who's 13Q. So intermediate level game. I haven't played this one through yet, so I don't know exactly what happens. I just have a little note that says this game was a lot of fun. There's a lot of kills, I think some back and forth. We're swapping some kills in the middle or something. So anyway, let's get it right into it and see what happens. Black's got the first move, goes lower left. I take a corner. We each take a corner. I am the 3-3, 3-3. Sorry, 3-4 and 3-4. Black's also done the same thing. Black attacks my corner right off the bat. I say sure, nice easy defense. Then black backs off to the left. All right, nothing crazy so far. I jump in, say, hey, I don't want you to take that whole upper chunk of the board. I'm going to throw in there. Nice little aggressive play. I like that. And pretty standard. Then I attack his upper left. Sure, he defends that. I jump off just like he did. I think he maybe jumped on the 4 line. I'm back on the 3 line, right? I think he maybe played here if this was the same variation, but I don't know which one's better. Maybe up a line. Actually, the 4th line might be better, right? You play in line with that. This is maybe a little conservative. Anywho, carrying on. Oh, speaking of conservative, this is not conservative. Look at that play. At L16, I just play a nice, easy little, hey, I'm going to frame out my group here, and then black says, no thank you. I'm just going to get super aggressive here out of nowhere and jump in at L16. Wow, okay. We'll see what happens here. What do? I put him into Atari, force him left. He follows suit. All right, then he pushes up, puts me into Atari. I ignore. Okay. So basically, at this point, I don't mind that. He got aggressive. I'm sacrificing this stone, and I'm saying, hey, I'm going to live up here. I'm going to take the lesser of the evils there and just keep a bunch of space. That probably was his territory, and we carved some out. We sacrificed 1 stone. Honestly, no big deal. I'm okay with that. Over here, big jump now on the left. So we've kind of solved this, and we've satisfied this group and said, hey, we're probably going to live. I can abandon that for now. It's not a super high priority, and jump over here to a bigger move, but that's far. Because he could jump in there, I would say. Could go either way. That seems pretty far. I mean, I think you're probably hoping that he pushes up this way, and then maybe you jump down here and start to slide to the right, but let's see what happens. Black says, no, we're not done with this battle up at the top. I'm going to attack you. I said, okay. Ooh, yeah, I may have misplayed that. Maybe I'm not safe up there, right? Yikes. Okay. Oof, yeah, we might be dead up there. The way that has played out, maybe we shouldn't have abandoned that. We should have stepped back a couple plays here. Like, yeah, because black can go there. We don't have 2 eyes totally locked up. Yeah, I probably should have secured that, you know? Taken that space and just made it proper. Anyway, so where do we leave off? Black dove in. I tried to sneak out. He cut me off. And then I say, okay, he took that stone. Because I was threatening to maybe block this group in here, right? I had that stone there. But anyway, he took that stone. It's fine. Is what it is. Carrying on. Okay, so then I shore up my left. This is nice. I like that play of mine first there, even though that's really simple, but we basically have sealed off this wall. He can push a couple stones under this way. He can play there, but I'm going to play here. I'll play here, whatever. And I'll force him into this corner, and I won't let him out. And I'm creating a nice little wall there so that I can just do the same thing over here with this stone and just try and capture all that, right? I don't want him sneaking through there and just infringing on my space. So I play that play, and then black jumps down to the bottom of the board to push out his corner position. Whoops. And I say sure, and we sort of beef up the right-hand side. That's a nice play. That's a big move that fills in, you know, if all things go well according to plan, it fills in the whole right side of the board, right? we fill in this big space here in the middle. But we'll see how that actually plays out. Black's trying to push out. That's fine. Okay, so then we're going to infringe on his lower left corner a little bit. Sure. Get a kill out of it. You know, we played a little aggressive. We got 1 stone. See, that's kind of exactly what I was talking about, right? We've filled up this wall. That's basically a solid wall. If we can do the same thing down here, which we've more or less done now. Again, he's still got space. He can shoot in underneath here on the left-hand side of the board and capture maybe a couple bits of territory, a few stones worth in there. But essentially I have a wall here and I'll have a wall here, and then, you know, he can't really dive in there. Like maybe he can play way out here, but more or less like I kind of have this whole space. So that's worked out well. That's a nice chunk of territory with lots of potential there in the middle too. 1 or 2 more plays out there and to sort of box that out. And that's like a third or a quarter of the board. Anywho, Black ignores it entirely and puts me in Atari. I say, okay. And there we can see Black's pushing into that direction. Conservative play on my part, I think, there, but actually maybe I'm putting some pressure on here. There might be an opportunity. If I play here, I put him into Atari, then I play here, he's down to 1 liberty. I can kill off this group, right? So by taking away that point at G16, I'm strengthening my group of 2, solidifying that wall, and setting myself up for an attack, it looks like right there. We'll see if Black recognizes it. He does! Fair enough. All right, we don't get a kill. It's fine. But then I get that point where I was talking about boxing out. Look at that. Now I've turned the corner, and if I can do the same thing with a move like here, maybe H or G9, something like that, I'll kind of do the same thing down here. I'll turn that corner, and then that's all my space. And that's what you want. So, all right, Black's doing the similar thing now down here. He's got a wall kind of trying to loop up this way, right? And now if he does the same thing by building a second wall over here, he's trying to capture everything in the middle. That is a big space. Like I'd be comfortable jumping in there and trying to live. But again, 1 more play of his at L or M3 or 4, something like that, he's probably going to keep that. So, hey, look at that. I can read my own mind. It was a big enough space to jump in. I'm not afraid of doing that. Take a risk, live on the edge. Come on, let's go. Oh, Black with the little attachment directly above. Okay, I'm going to jump to the right, but now I can also jump to the left. Oh, but then he cuts. Okay, put him into Atari. We got a battle going on at the bottom now, it looks like. Put me into Atari. Yeah, so this is where things maybe get interesting. I talked about some kills in this game. Don't forget, Black has this up here right now, right? So Black's got, like, that's as big of a piece of territory as I have over here. So we're pretty even, I would say, because I got the right side of the board. He kind of has the left. If I can win this battle, I probably have the advantage. But we got a few things going on here. So I got a group that's now, it looks like it's turned the corner. I'd say I have the bottom right-hand corner. I have this group, which is trying to sneak out. It's in a bit of trouble, but if it can connect to this bigger group, we're totally fine. So maybe I guess we only have the 2 groups, but he does have the opportunity to maybe cut me off there. So we'll see. Puts me into Atari. He says, there we go. He cuts me. All right. So then I push down. Ooh, I think Black made a huge mistake. He should have played here at that blue marker at J2, but instead he plays here. Yeah, because he could have forced me left. Although it would have put him in Atari and down. Anyway, I think he could have killed me off. I think he misplayed that because now I'm going to kill off his group. There we go. So that's huge. I think Black made a little bit of a mistake there and gave me a chance to kill. And then I've totally rounded that corner, saved this group, and I can still actually pressure the stone, maybe eat this way a tiny bit further. This pen seems extra thick today. I got to thin that down a little bit. How do I... I'm at 20. Let's go down to a 14. Oh yeah, that's way better. Okay. So now where's Black gonna go? Black's gonna retreat left, solidify the left-hand corner. Sure, I think I have the advantage at this point. Right? Because we got, Black's got this huge chunk up here, but I got this huge chunk over here. And it looks like I have most of this right-hand side of the board. Maybe all the right-hand side of the board. and black's only got this, and he looks like he's trying to shape something up there in the middle. So I think I have the advantage at this point. I'm going to put him into Atari, back him off, and that's, oh, there we go. That's kind of like the last little bit of the frame that I needed over here in this left. I had this upper chunk. I needed to come this way at least a couple lines to sort of fill in this. That's still pretty open. Like if I was playing against someone really good, they could maybe jump in there like E10 or E11 and probably live, because you can sort of push up, you can push down, you can push left and down, right. I mean, there's enough space to live in there. So one more stone somewhere in there just to really strengthen that framework, I think would be great. But you can see what black's trying to do. They're trying to win this circle here in the middle. It's kind of open. He's pushing this way. If he can block me in here, and then like one stone maybe here to kind of create a line there, and then all of a sudden that's his. And honestly, I'm not upset with that, because that gives me my edge that I need for this group, and it also gives me the edge over here for this group. So honestly, if he wants to just take that and kind of also strengthen those walls for me at the same time, I think I have the advantage, and I'm okay just running out the clock on this game and finishing up. But I say no, I'm going to attack these two stones and push into this center space, because I think I could. If I had just thrown one in the middle, I could retreat left. I could retreat, like if I had just thrown one in here a couple moves ago, I could go this way and connect. I could maybe sneak through this way. I can probably get out this way. Or even if I can't do any of those, there's enough space in there to just live, get a couple eyes, and be all right. So, not afraid of doing that. At this point, I don't think it was necessary, but hey, is what it is. Push up, we're framing up that space. Hey, I'm saying I might peek through there. Black doesn't want me to do that, sure enough. There we go. That's a nice, that one right there just completely solidified this group. This move right there. It just said, hey, don't jump in the middle. I got this. I'm going to kill you off if you try and do that. So we can probably play a lot of this out now. So there's that wall we were talking about right there. We both have a nice solid wall, but who gets more space out of it? I do. And we've got the same thing happening over here. I'll get more space. And black just ends up with this pretty good size chunk of territory there. Actually, let's redraw that. Black ends up with a huge chunk of territory because it's all this, right? But we were just talking about the middle of the board, that we already knew he had the upper portion. So if you look at black's groups, he's only got two. And I would say that's less than half the board, right? Because we got this huge one over here, that big frame that we were trying to build up. And we got the whole right-hand side of the board. And half the bottom of the board. So, decent. Definitely decent. We shouldn't have lost this group up at the top, though. That could have cost us the game. Like, definitely against a stronger opponent. If you lose a group that size, like, you're toast. Anyway, we solidify the right-hand side. Now we just kind of shape up the edges here. Some end game type moves. Oh, and look at that. Yeah, back up. So this hasn't been touched in forever, right? Black plays down there, sure. I throw in there at K18. This group is now, it's alive. It's I don't know if I'd say it's alive. It's kind of co-living. It's not dead, because black can't play here. He can't play here, because then I'll kill him. No, he could still kill me off, right? It doesn't matter. I take that back. Let's play this out. Because black can say, I'll go here, but then I'll kill him off, but then black goes in, and then I don't have two eyes, right? I can't do anything. He goes in and kills me off. Never mind. Still dead. Forget I said anything. Go back to where we were. There we go. So we're in the end game scenario here. We'll just play with the last couple moves, kind of fleshing out the edges. And that's game. So, final estimate of the score here. White by 23. That's a big win. Not as many kills as I thought, actually. That's a big one up top, though. This one, like, to win by 23 after losing this early in the game, whew, that was trouble. But it really came down to this wall up here, this wall down here, and then managing to just get this huge group. We got some wins down at the bottom, but we got that huge group. So anyway, worked out. Not a crazy game, but a fun game. to win by 23, solid margin. Some good little battles, fairly straightforward game, couple kills. Can't ask for much more than that. Anywho, that might do it for today. I don't know, what's the lesson? What's the lesson that we learned from today? Didn't get too aggressive. There was no... Yeah, it's just this group up here. That's what it was. I should have solidified my eyes. I gave him the opportunity there to jump in. I abandoned that group a little bit too early before really making it totally safe. Anyway, lesson learned. Keep your group safe and have fun. So we'll see you in the next one. Let's go.